let's take a look at several pieces of propaganda. This is RIA Novosti. This is once again basically the main or one of top like 3 main propagandist channels in Russia. Channels meaning media channels, right? And this is the news that Putin called upon Russian people basically and said about referendums, whatever this garbage. And the comment section. Well, I mean, I'm still amazed that they still have comment section, but because it's mostly sort of pro-Russian bots, paid accounts, or just I don't know. I've spoken about RIA Novosti and their news in like past episodes, and I still don't understand why would anybody go to this website, because it's like literally solo propaganda, Russian propaganda. Why would anybody want to listen to this shit? I don't know. However, this is the comment section under that news piece and under that video about mobilization. And dislikes is 7.7k, almost 7.6. Sorry, the amount of dislikes almost 7k, 6.7k, and likes 6.4k. Which is already like it's already 50-50. But once again, there are a lot of bots here, a lot of trolls, a lot of paid accounts, right? Which is which is already quite insane. So probably like the public opinion in general of it all will be absolutely different than even this 50-50. It's not going to be 50-50. It's going to be like probably 70-30 towards disliking the war or mobilization efforts and whatnot, and 30% maybe to kind of support that shit. What is interesting is I found several comments sort of like why is somebody like asking like why do you need mobilization if everything is going all right, like if there are like hundreds and thousands of Ukrainian army personnel dead, but on Russian side there is almost no deaths, like 5,000 or whatever. And people are saying like, well, you've been told that your homeland is actually in danger, so you must believe it. And people are just fucking upvoting and laughing at it because it's over sarcasm. And it, like, even at this resource, which is 100% just Russian fucking dumpster propaganda, people do not believe this shit. People do not sign for this shit. People, even probably even there's even this like jokes that people are, it's not jokes, even like you can see it in Twitter. I'll show it to you later. People who had like Z signs on their cars scraping them. And people are commenting like, what happened? What happened there? Yeah, it's one thing to be like a fucking armchair analyst, and it's another thing now, this whole rhetoric about war. Oh, we need to fucking fight, we need to support our troops, blah blah blah, all this kind of absolutely brain dead shit that Russia has been spreading in the media sphere via their channels in the past, for the past 6-7 months at this point already. Now it's kind of it's taking it's kind of taking the full circle basically, and it's biting in the ass those who were cheering for the shit, because now now they can actually end up mobilized if they're like not careful, if they yeah if they're not careful basically, if they will not sort of avoid basically the draft. And people are saying like, what kind of fucking mobilization are you talking about, to have a war on the territory of another country? And it gets once again like 2-1 up votes versus down votes. So even people on this dumpster garbage fucking shit, it's people don't subscribe to this shit. People are saying that like, okay, like why don't fucking the patriots, very loosely, we're using this term very loosely, patriots, those cunts who actually sitting in like Soviet of Federation, in the presidential administration, members of parties, all the fucking bureaucrats of all kinds, why don't they go to war? Why don't they send their children there? And once again, 34 upvotes, 14 downvotes. So it's once again like 3-1 kind of ratio. So even with the amount of bots and paid trolls and whatnot, it is 3-1 ratio of people who actually support this shit, or those who don't support this shit. Oops. Yeah. And in his speech, this fucking brain dead cunt, Führer of 2022, said that we need to do this, like to call for mobilization, to protect our motherland, its sovereignty, and territorial integrity. And people are asking like, what? Somebody actually attacked Russia? Like, excuse me. And once again, it's like at least the same amount of likes and dislikes. With once again, this website ria.ru is filled with bots and pro-Russian, with Kremlin fucking garbage shit. It's filled with them, and yet even on this website, it is still kind of people basically are showing it. No, no, like we don't believe this shit. There is another one. Um, there is another one about Shoigu actually, like calling to this for mobilization, and it's exactly that. It's exactly the same sort of rhetoric that no, thank you, or something like, why don't you go? Why doesn't your son, or why don't your children go, or something like that, you know? And the amount of likes and dislikes is once again almost the same, almost equal. But once again, with the notion that this website is fully filled with paid bots, trolls, who would upvote everything that sort of government reposts. So it's like, yeah, absolutely interesting, isn't it? I'm pretty sure Russia will fail this mobilization, but that's why I'm saying like life in Russia will now become for um, young males way more worrisome, and also for actually medical personnel, because even women who have medical degrees now actually can be drafted, which is insane, which I kind of didn't know before about it. But yeah.